virtual live. And right as I pressed the button to go live, Andrew decided he was going to grace us with his presence.
Yeah.
Don't tell the gaffer. Oh, damn it. You ratted me in.
Good evening, everyone. Happy New Year. Hopefully a good start to the Arsenal revolution.
Good one.
Yeah, so there's plenty more of them. So you have to find your late Christmas crackers when we talk about the Arsenal renaissance. So I'm on it today. I'm going to introduce you to my guests. We're just going to talk about the Bristol and then some other Arsenal stuff. Mel, how are you doing? Happy New Year, mate.
I'm all good. Happy New Year to you too. I had a very quiet one. Watched plenty of some Scottish lower league football. Thoroughly enjoyed it. Got very drunk. Yeah, no complaints.
Cool. I did have to mention something about Scottish football. I was waiting for a message from James the other day after the Old Firm, and then I watched Rangers play a couple of days later, and then I realised they're still really, really Spursy, so I wasn't really that worried.
He knows his place is fine.
Yeah. So, right, most Tottenham fans, so that's good. Andrew, how you doing, mate? Good.
Greetings, Happy New Year. Greetings and Happy New Year, everyone.
Yeah, you too. And thank you for my nice message over the Christmas period. I didn't know if I had to pay you for saying it, but yeah, it was nice.
What did I say?
Yeah, it was a nice message.
Oh, there you go. See, I'm nice.
Yeah. Only once a year, guys. All right, don't let it fool you. Yeah. Paul, how are you?
Yeah, all good, mate. All good. Happy New Year to you all.
Yeah, you too, mate. And Jack Romano, how are you doing, mate?
Oh, I'm good. I'm good. Basking in the glory of the Roma victory last night. I thought I was in for maybe a thoroughly shit weekend with all my teams losing or not picking up points. But yeah, that Paredes goal put me in a good mood.
Yeah. Who did Roma have?
Lazio. It was the big derby. I reckon the biggest derby in football.
Wait a minute.
Hold on. We'll have to get you in Glasgow.
It can't be bigger than the South London derby between Manchester United and Liverpool, surely.
It makes it look like a friendly piece. That you'd never find a Roma player and a Lazio player as two pundits stood side by side before the game. They'd be locked by each other in each other's fences.
They attack each other.
It gets nasty. He got nasty at the end of the game, to be fair.
Yeah, that's what I like to hear.
Yeah,
I do like to hear that. It sounds like a good derby. Maybe we'll do it. Arsenal Women Chat Show on tour or something. But yeah, I hope you're doing well, though, mate. I'm glad. Don't worry, we won't clash heads, and if we do, we won't give it as a penalty, guys. We will not give it as a penalty. No. So thank you to everyone who's watching so far. We're gonna obviously it's been a little bit quiet, obviously because of Christmas period, and going into our first game is against Bristol City in the FA Cup. I think, yeah, it's the FA Cup. Yeah. FA. Yeah, it's not the Sub Cup, not yet. So yeah, I'll come to you first, Paul. Obviously, it's been the Christmas period. Everyone's had a break. What sort of team are you expecting to see on Sunday?
Yeah, it's obviously the girls have all had a break away from it, a bit of time to relax and home with their families. But I can't see too many changes in the lineup. I think Rennie's got her sort of starting 11 pretty much nailed. There might be the odd one, whether Beth starts or is on the bench. Could be the only one. She might get a start, she might not. But yeah, I think it's a game that we need to go out and comfortably win. I wouldn't feel very happy getting 90 minutes with a 1-0. win against City. So I think we need to go out there and really show what we've got, show what we're made of, as a good start to the second half of the season.
We're not even a Mother-Call winner in the 95th minute.
Well, she could get a hat trick. Last appearance for us before she moves.
Yeah, exactly. Before she signs for Villa. All our old players signed for Villa, didn't they? So,
yeah.
I heard we're going to ground share with Villa. Like, this is the Emirates. Andrew, I'll come to you. Obviously, kind of echoing what Paul said. Are you expecting many changes, or do you think this is a good chance to see some of the youngsters get a chance to see if they can put their name in that shop window for like a loan move?
Not for starters. I think she'll go strongest 11. Bristol. Bristol are a decent side, second in the league, I think, in the Championship at the moment. They're a good side. The main squad will be well rested. Unless there is any sort of lingering injuries, Christmas pudding related incidents, whatever. I think we'll go full strength. But yeah, I think I'm agreeing with Paul. I'm hoping we get 2 or 3 up, early in the second half, and then maybe, like you say, the shop window, George, is a good idea. I'm guessing it feels like Kath Coole's a kind of a done deal. I think she'd be quite, she's going to be well sought after. I imagine Everton have got some money in their pockets these days, so hopefully, I imagine that's an obvious one. But no, I think it's going to be a full strength starters, and then, and I suppose whether we have to kind of protect the potential loanees from injury is the other one. I imagine there's lots of negotiations going on for quite a few of the potential loanees. So starters. I think it's going to be the kind of the main 11 that Rene was picking just before Christmas.
Yeah. I see that. I think, but I see if we get 2 or 3 early goals in the first half, I can see a couple of subs at half time, maybe.
Yeah.
Like you might see people like Freya, Katie to get a chance. So it will be nice to see them get loan moves potentially. Maybe not Katie as much, but Freya. Jack, I'll come to you obviously about the Katrina Mother-Call stuff. There was a lot of rumours, obviously on the ITKs on Twitter, the ones who see people coming in and out of McDonald's at Holloway Road, about Everton and Katrina Mother-Call, but I think the bid was something like 300,000 to 400,000. Surely we've got to snap their hand off for that, haven't we?
Well, yeah, I think it's my hairdresser's dog groomer reckoned 300,000. God, I mean, yeah, that's a lot. It's a lot of money for Catherine Cole. She's a top. I like her. I think she's a very good player. I've always liked her, but we are quite overloaded in them positions. And yeah, I think Everton's the perfect club for her. I think Everton fans are dying to bring her back. I've seen a lot talking about her. She's their priority in the window. She's the one all Everton fans want. So I just think it's a deal that makes sense for both clubs. I mean, I'm dubious how much actually the money matters coming in terms of sales and stuff on the women's side of football at the moment, because it's not quite the same with the dodgy financial fair play and whatnot. But yeah, 300, 400k is good money. But more importantly, I think it's a good club for the player to go to, somewhere she's done well before. And it's a move that makes sense for everyone. And I think it's quite important that we allow our younger players to move on so that we remain an attractive club to go to. We don't want to be that club that hoards players and they end up stuck there. They struggle to then find a move elsewhere. So I think it does make sense just to let her go.
Yeah, that's what I always say. Sometimes, at the end of the day, let's be realistic. You can't keep every single player that enters your football club. But
do you think we bought too early, George?
Pardon?
Do you think we brought her in too early?
Yeah, I just think it's wrong. I think the timing's not really fell for her, if I'm honest. Like, if we were looking at buying her now, I think it would be a lot different. I'm not sure. Like, I wouldn't be dead against to sending her out on loan for a couple of years, but obviously, it's what's best for her career. And what I mean by that is like, so you can't have everyone at the club. So sometimes if you've got players there that you know have got talent, sell them on because it's what's best for the club as well. Like, if you compare it to like other sides, like other formats, like in the men's game, like there's some players that you get through the academy, you can get decent money for, and I think the same. I know we didn't get call in from the academy, but if we can get, like you say, Jack, 300,000-400,000, I'm not really complaining with that.
Yeah, she was quite unlucky as well when she came in because
Yeah.
obviously we had a full season without European football, which meant obviously the Conti Cup became quite high on our priority list in the end. Also with an early FA Cup exit, so there wasn't the same opportunity to play younger players or to play because we did have to put all our eggs really into the domestic trophy basket, which is obviously no good for her, but understandable on the club side.
Because if we're all being honest and I know Paul probably won't answer this. Is Rullical massively better than the players that are playing at the moment? I don't think so, personally. And that's the sort of stuff you've got to look at. Is she going to put a performance in? And I know people might say, but she ain't been given an opportunity. That's a fair point. But is she really going to make a performance that says to the manager, do you know what? That means Leah Volti or Kim Little or Frida Marnham are not going to play?
Exactly.
And I think that's where you have to take the sentimental stuff away from it. Mel, I don't know what your thoughts are on that.
Yeah, I think, like, looking at Cool, like you're saying, she's not somebody's going to come in and replace anyone in the team at the minute. But I also think with Palova on her way back from her ACL injury, it also knocks her further down the pecking order. So I think, like you're saying, it's only fair that we put her out on loan, or if somebody like Everton wants to come in and spend money on her to take her back after her good loan spell that she had there, then it's not only good for the club, but it's good for the player. You can't expect a player like that to sit on the bench week in, week out, some weeks not even get to sit on the bench and be happy and settled where they are. I think a team like Everton's going to be lucky to get her, regardless of what price they play. I think even just being in and around the squad and sort of training with and against some of the high quality players that we have in our team can really improve those younger players, even when we don't see them getting minutes on the pitch. They're getting those repetitions and training against players that hold themselves and others to high standards. So it's only just going to push a young player like that on even further.
Yeah, I just like we saying, I just see her as a squad player generally for us. I don't see her at the moment breaking into that first team. So, and we've seen like what the gap and difference in quality is, say from towards the top of the WSL towards the middle part is huge, isn't it? So it's whether Miracle, there's nothing to say that she don't go and play regularly for, say, someone like Everton, impress so much, and someone other top club goes and buys her again. Like, it's not.
I think she has that ability from the short stuff that I've seen of her.
Agreed.
I think there is the ability there to be a top player, and she has the attributes. I mean, when she first came, I genuinely thought she could be a replacement to Kim Little in a few years' time, and because she's so good on the ball, so good at turning. But I just don't think we're in a position with the players around her that we could allow her to develop properly. I don't think she'd get the game time, and I don't think I'd want her to get the game time with us at the moment. But there is a top player there, and I think she'll probably be one that we look at through rose-glinted glasses and go, why on earth did we sell her? I'd imagine.
No, that's just Paul. But no, seriously, like, you know what I mean? I don't have no issues with us selling her, loaning her. Like, I'm not going to be massively upset if we got rid of her in January, but then I'm not going to be like saying, "Oh, she was rubbish," because I think that's a bit harsh, and I don't think it's fair to say because we've not seen her have a fair run of it. Other players at the club who sit on the bench, different story, but yeah, we'll go into that. So yeah, I'll go back to you, Paul. Obviously, with the team, it'd be nice to see obviously Russo probably get a couple goals, so you can see her form carry on because she's been on fire, hasn't she? Like before the Christmas period.
Yeah, it'd be great to see her just carry it on and get a couple of goals on Sunday. Again, getting the team just back after this break and getting them just to click again, as if they'd never left the training ground, basically. Get moving forwards and get some goals in, get Russo firing again, get ahead of the Champions League, of course, back in March, and go for that quadruple.
Yeah, totally. And don't forget the Golden Boot and then the Ballon d'Or as well. And then President.
We'll win them as well. Yeah, why not?
There again, hello. Yeah, don't talk to me about the Champions League because it baffles me. We get through, but we've got to wait till March.
Yeah, that's nonsense.
Yeah,
The draw's on for another 3 weeks yet as well.
Yeah,
So we don't even know if it's going to be played on the 26th, if it's going to be on the 27th. I've bought a ticket.
Yeah.
I don't know what days I need to take off work. So if we could just play it up a wee bit, it would really rock my world.
Yeah, that makes no sense at all, especially for the away game. You want, if the one thing about Champions League away games is sometimes it's the leader. You just don't get enough time to plan everything. But
it would be nice to know actually who we've got as well.
I keep going on Sky Scanner, but I just don't know where to put in yet. I mean, it's
one of 5 destinations, isn't it?
Yeah.
We could all do a sweepstakes, so you get
get one each.
So yeah. What I'll do, I'll get your predictions for the game because there's not really much else we can kind of go with it. So I'll start with you, Andrew. What's your predictions and goal scorer?
4-0. And yeah, I think Russo again for the opener. Yeah.
Mel.
I'm going to go 3-0. I think it's going to be a bit rusty in the opening sort of minutes. Obviously after the break, and I'm going to go Caitlin Ford to score first.
Paul.
I'm going to go for a 4-0 with Frida getting the first goal.
Frida De Bruyne. Jack.
I'm going to go Beth Mead to score the first. I think she needs a performance for her suitors in the transfer window. And I'm going to say 6-0.
Wait. Don't you just drop something on casually? What the fudge are you talking about? Explain
I'm going
yourself.
6-0 with my score prediction.
That's not the problem. It's where there's a little...
I could not help myself.
Yeah, we'll come to transfers after, Andrew. You will have your moment. Right, what prediction I'm going to go? I'm going to go 5-0. And do you know what? It might even be a good chance to actually see who's actually interested in Stina Blastinius for when she gets sold in the summer. So, yeah, I'll go Stina. Just for Darren, because I know he's watching. I don't know. It could be a swap. It could be a double deal with Kafaji as well. Yeah, we'll talk about transfers. Seeing as Andrew's itching to do it. So, Jack, I'll start with you. Obviously, Andrew, the floor's yours. Beth Mead, where's she going?
I don't actually think she's going anywhere. If I'm honest.
He's a cheeky monkey, that Jack, isn't he?
He's probably not been called a cheeky monkey since he was at primary school.
I have not. Well, make me feel youthful again, to be fair.
Yeah, what do we think like with transfers? On a serious note, obviously because Rene's not officially been announced, and if I speak, that's all I'm saying. Just be patient.
It's all right, George. I'll speak on this. It's a mess. Yeah. It's an absolute fucking mess. I mean, if you're a player and we're getting linked with some quite big names, some quite exciting players, you're not going to go near it until you know who the manager is, especially till the end of the season.
This is why I think they know.
Yeah, I think they know.
Like if you want me to be honest, I'm not talking like I know. But all I'm saying is I would be very, very surprised if Rene is not named Arsenal manager in the next 4 to 5 days.
I hope you're right, because I think they need to do it whilst it's off all the goodwill of the previous results as well. I mean, I would have loved a Christmas Eve announcement. There you go. For us older ones who no longer have quite the same magic of Christmas, Rennie announced on Christmas Eve. I would have loved it. I'd have been an excited 5-year-old again. But
no, mate, that was last Christmas.
Oh, very good. He's on form. He's in rare form tonight.
Yeah, well, to be fair, like from the people that I've when we've had conversations about it, I think there's a lot of people that are actually surprised there's not been an announcement yet. But I don't understand. I know there's been meetings with people higher up at the club with Rene. What my argument is, why would they be doing that if there's not some serious conversations happening with her to be able to take in the job? Because one, if we're saying that some people are saying, oh, she don't want the job. Like, I don't know how they know. Maybe they're in a different WhatsApp group to what we are. But why would Jason Ato be talking to Rene? That just doesn't happen. I don't know what you think, Mel. I know there's no confirmation, but it's all pointing to this to what we think, isn't it?
Yeah, I think between that and the fact that we've not really seen any other rumours of head coaches being linked with us since Carla Ward not so subtly dropped her name in the hat, that there's been nothing else on it. Renee's really proved that what she's done in the short space of time that she's had has worked. We've had some really good results. Even in games where we've not won by much, we've still played a really good standard of football. So yeah, I think for us to not give her the job at this point, stupid. And also for it to be the midpoint of the season, do you really want to pull in somebody new again and start your rebuild in the middle of the season when you've just finally got a bit of wind beneath your sails? Not really. But I do also think that us not having a confirmed manager is probably why it's so quiet on the Western Front for transfer rumours. I have seen a few transfer rumours that I'm really excited about, and if we get them, I'm going to be absolutely buzzing. I might implode. But yeah, I think the announcement's coming soon, but I think it's going to be one of those things that we'll have the announcement of Rennie, and then it's going to be like a domino effect of this player's leaving, this player's coming in, this person's coming out on loan. I think it's going to be one of those ones where we get all of them in quick succession.
Yeah, I didn't realise you were so excited about Chloe Kelly. No. But,
no. Wrong one.
But yeah, no, I do agree. Like, I think we've also seen, Paul, that it's been spoke about that one midfielder will be leaving and one's coming in. Like, I don't claim to be in the know, and I don't claim to be a transfer guru, but I don't think it takes rocket science to work out who that could be.
Yeah, I mean the lineup on Sunday is going to be interesting. With if there's any player, like if Beth doesn't even make the squad, that will just start the rumours even more that she might be leaving, because of course being FA Cup, that any potential club that she went to wouldn't want her being cup tied.
Good point.
And that probably would be the same with Catherine Cole as well.
Yeah, I agree.
And in the
Great
squad, then it just adds fuel to it. And the same can be said for the loanees as well. So although it would be good to get them some game time and put them out there, if we're going to want them to go to a decent WSL club and play against the top teams that are still going to be competing in the FA Cup, the clubs are going to want them available, aren't they, for every game?
Yeah.
So that could make a difference on Sunday. But yeah, I can't see there being masses of business in the transfer market this one, mainly because of the coaching situation.
Yeah. Obviously, Andrew, I'll come to you. Maybe, could you think there's a chance that, like, I'll ask you as a fan, and then obviously you can answer it as take the heart situation away from it. Not take your heart away. Don't do that live on the show. We're not
Instantly taken off of YouTube.
we're not insured yet. So, why do you think they're waiting to announce whoever the manager's going to be?
All I can imagine at this point, and I mean, I would imagine internally they've got a deadline of Friday because they don't want, no announcement. And the I'm assuming Friday's still the press conference for the FA Cup.
Yeah,
because that's just going to be, otherwise, Rene's going to be put on the spot again. All I can imagine is that they're just kind of they're maybe fleshing out a deal. Maybe she's, just decided, listen, I'm not going to talk over Christmas. So, she's had a break, and fair play to her. And maybe it's just that deal. It's that maybe there's some minutiae in the deal that's been holding it up. Because like Mel says, there's been no kind of regular, gossip of any real links to anybody else. And I think with people like Tom Gary and Tom Stillman and the like, there's enough out there to that have got that, and so I think it is. That's all I can think of is it's the details. Maybe she wants a certain Swede back in, as one of her kind of coaches. Just in, to bring the old Jonas back, and
that's it. No, not having that.
Jack started it.
I don't care. I'm finishing it. Not having that Swedish fullback on my club. Thank you. I'm in a good mood.
That was fun.
You wait till the Emirates. On a serious note, chat, I would like to actually see an announcement like Sol Campbell all those years ago.
Oh God!
Like when Rene goes in for a press conference, sits there, says, "Yeah, been announced as manager," and then someone knocks on the door, walks in. Kira Walsh is sitting next to her. What a surprise!
Okay, yeah. To be fair,
imagine that.
Yeah, there's a lot of interesting transfers, isn't there, out there? I mean, there's a winger that I know Mel was excited about. I'm excited about. I think we're all excited about that one if it comes through.
Say the name, Jack. Say the name.
What, Chloe Kelly?
Trinity Rodman is the name we're hearing, and I'm sure Agent Fox could be very persuasive.
I'm all over
I hope so.
On a serious note.
I mean, it's a transfer. It would surprise me, but it would be a top signing. I'd be surprised that she's leaving America, to be fair. I think even that would initially cause me quite a shock.
Yeah.
Kira Walsh, I would be happy with her coming in, actually, if I'm honest.
Do you think that'll happen? Like, I know that's a very vague question to ask, and everyone's going to say, yeah, it will. But seriously, do you think that there is a chance we could prize her away from Barcelona earlier than getting her on a free?
No, I don't think it will happen in January. Every single big Barcelona game I've watched this season, they go to Kira Walsh. They still clearly value her. They know her importance. They will win the league. They'll win their domestic cups, and they're still strong way favourites for the Champions League. And Kira Walsh allows them to play Alexi Proteus and Aitana Bonmati both in midfield. And I don't think there's many other midfielders who can allow to have such an attacking midfield either side of her and yet still look defensively solid. I mean, but I do think she'll leave on a free in the summer, and I do think we will be in pole position to sign her. But I don't. Do we desperately need her in January?
Well, I think there's other for me. I think there's I feel like I'm getting deja vu because I feel like I'm talking about another Arsenal team here. There's other positions that I think are more priority than say bringing. Like if you know you're going to get Kira Walsh in the summer, I think it's manageable till then.
I agree. Yeah.
If we're being brutally honest, I don't think we're going to catch Chelsea. Like let's be honest in that sense. Unless like the agent of Leicester has broken or something, or
I'm not sure, George. I truly believe they're catchable still. Just as I believe in the men's side, Liverpool are catchable. I don't think Chelsea. I think the results have often been slightly misleading for Chelsea.
But I mean, with Chelsea, you have to win those big games. Like, so the only way we catch them is going to the bridge and beating them.
And I would back us to go to the bridge and beat them. End of January, that game, I fancy our chances. If we're going to the bridge with Trinity Rodman, Kira Walsh, and I don't know, for example, Lyra Freigang, who I would love for us to sign in the attacking midfield role, we can beat them.
But take them. You just twisted that whole question. So take those three people away. Do you see us going to the bridge without them and winning?
Yeah, I do. I do still, especially with Renee. The way we've performed. And also, let's not remember, we were not far away in that game at the Emirates when we were absolutely at our lowest with Jonas Ball, which was stinking out the place. We still competed all over the pitch.
Yeah.
So I think with our players with a bit of freedom, ease their way through January as well. Some nice little settler games. I've already predicted a 6-0 against Bristol. So goals start coming back. Chelsea look a bit rattled, maybe. Maybe they don't quite like the cold weather, or maybe I'm just being completely optimistic and delusional. It's possible.
The Scandinavians, they hate the cold weather, don't they?
I've also got to say, Celtic went 1-0 against Chelsea.
Yeah, but Celtic are a good team.
Well.
But what I mean, I think the break came at the right time for Chelsea, if we're honest. Like, I think that didn't really fall in. And that's not me being negative and saying we won't catch them. I'm just saying, realistically, I think our targets are we look to go as far as we can in the Champions League and win the FA Cup or whatever it's called, the McDonald's, Subway, KFC Cup. Whatever.
It's the Subway, George. My favourite of them takeaways.
I just think it'd be ironic if Steiner scores the winner in the Sub Cup final.
It's written in the
player of the match this has been on my mind since they announced like the Subway Cup. You know, it's always like on theme, like branded, like what the player of the match gets. Do you think the player of the match is going to get one of those massive fuck off foot-long cookies? I find that very, very funny.
That's why you need to get a move, Mel, and then get in the Sub Cup final.
I need to start. I'm gonna worm my way into like some Subway market. It'd be like player of the match, big fuck off foot-long cookie. They did it at the Christmas NFL game recently. They gave Travis Kelce a NFL, like an American football that was actually a red velvet cake. So I think it should catch up.
All I'll say is for the final, I've managed to find Subway foot-long outfits, although they're a bit bigger than a foot-long, thankfully.
I'm
where are you going to
feet long Subways?
I'm not dressing up as a meatball. Not happening.
5 foot meatball marinara.
I will say though, I found out there's a pop world in Derby.
That's George sold. He's going to the final.
Dorian's these are Pop World route finder. So we found there's one in Manchester, I think. There's one in Derby. So
there used to be a really good nightclub in Derby that I loved, but they've closed it, so I'm quite sad about
I
that.
don't think there's one in Lisbon somehow.
You'll just have to take Pop World to Lisbon with you. You have
Yeah,
to make
that's
it
what I
Pop
mean.
World.
Pop World Lisbon. So yeah, what would it? We'll go round and actually get you to name one person, but obviously because I know how she feels about it, I'll start first. So, what player, if you had to choose one signing this January, would you take? Mel, and I think I kind of know what you're going to say.
Trinity Rodman.
Andrew?
100%.
I mean, how realistic are we being?
What are you trying to say? This show's not realistic?
Well, there's
They listen to us, Andrew. They want our honest opinion. We predicted everything else, so we need to be realistic.
Whether it's true or not, I mean, Trinity Rodman would be amazing. I you know, a humble left back, Jack said it's been doing scouting the. I think we'll get a left back in. We should get one in.
Julia Gwynn from Bayern Munich, Andrew. There you go.
That's it, you did, yeah.
She's absolute quality. There's fantastic bow ties we played against her. And if not, there's a secret Arsenal fan who tends to play at right back, but can play left back at Lyon. And I do believe there might be a certain agent in there who previously played for us who can perhaps persuade her to go and play in red.
When you were saying that, I thought, hold on, Timber ain't got a sister, has he?
No, any carpenter. I was watching an interview with her where she said that she's a lifelong Arsenal supporter. And that was...
Now's probably not a good time to say this in case we do sign her, but I can't stand her.
Yeah, excellent.
There's just something about her that just rubs me up the wrong way. I really don't. I don't. She's a good footballer, don't get me wrong. Quite enjoyed watching her when she played at Portland, but she just rubs me up the wrong way completely.
Well, this could get awkward.
Excellent. More awkwardness, the better. That's what I like. Paul, who would your choice be?
It's very difficult because the one place we need someone is the left back, which we've discussed a few times on here. But it'd have to be Kira Walsh. I think there is nobody in Europe that plays that position better than her at the moment. And if you could get her either now or at the end of the season, it would just I think be the finishing piece to the puzzle.
Yeah.
Whether it's now and we can push forward for the rest of the season, or we have to wait till the summer and then we can go for an unbeaten season next year and win everything possible, then let's go for it.
Yeah, good answer. I think it's hard, because it all depends on if you're looking at it as a priority. Or if you're looking at a priority, I think maybe like a winger or a left back's more up there, because if we get an injury to Ballon Ford, we've got Lena Hurty that side, who I think will leave in the summer. But
I just think the level that Trinity Rodman could take us to, like you put Caitlin Ford on the left, put Trinity Rodman on the right, get her that good link up with her favourite Yank, my favourite Yank, Emily Fox, and you drop Caldentny into the centre of the park. That's lethal. That's two very quick wingers with very good feet, and I'll die on that hill.
Yeah, no,
it would be a nightmare with that combination.
I'll tell you who would be interesting, George, and she's a attacking midfielder striker who plays for Frankfurt in Laura Freigang, and she's having one absolute hell of a season this year. She signed a new contract, I think, a year and a bit ago when she was about to become a free agent because no one went in for her at all. But I think this season she's played 11 games, 13 goals, 4 assists, playing mostly in midfield for a team that really are not fantastic in the Frauen-Bundesliga. But she plays on the wing, she plays up front, she plays in midfield, she plays all over. And captain of a team, 26 years old. That's who I'd go for, because I do think, no offense to Frankfurt, because their fans are fantastic, but I do think we could prize her out for sure, and she'd fill quite a few different roles if we needed her to.
Yeah. So I'm going to ask you a controversial transfer sale, if you would. So, if she doesn't play much more this season and she don't really get the chance, do you sell Lotta in the summer?
Oof.
Yes. Oh.
Because
No,
in
I
my
wouldn't.
eyes at the minute, looking at it, you've got there's other centre backs I get rid of first when I got rid of Lotta. Because you've got Leah, she's obviously not going anywhere. Steph Catley's dropped in to be centre back, mainly because I think we're struggling in the left back department. So should we get a left back, that then frees Steph Catley up. So right off the bat, you're losing a centre back cover there. Kadina's not been great. She'd be higher up my list of people to sell than Lotta. Ellistet's obviously just coming back from having her baby. I don't know if there's like a catchment sort of thing where like you can't sell a player X amount after their maternity leave, but she's going to struggle to get back into the squad, so that's a player I could see leaving. And obviously Katie Reid's going nowhere. So yeah, Lotta wouldn't be my first choice of centre backs to get rid of.
Who was it who said yes?
That was me, but I was probably thinking more about Lotta because she just is, there's like almost every other team in our league. She's not just getting games. She's the captain, this feels like a cycle for her, and it was unfortunate because I think if she hadn't had that injury at the beginning of the year, nothing else, she keeps her place, but. If I was her, I'd be thinking, off down to the Villa, her and Anna Patton as a starting centre back partnership. Yeah,
Whoa, respect Rachel Corsie.
Well done, Andrew.
No, don't.
She's rumoured to be on her way out of Villa.
It's just upset half at the most.
Can't come for my local girls like that. You can't. Chuck her out. It's fine.
I feel a bit confused and conflicted, but I just think for Lotta's sake, she needs, and I think she needs that. And it's just so congested. It must be frustrating for her. Like you say, this time last year she was our player of the year, and then she can't get a game. And I think Steph's inclusion is, it's basically the left-footed centre back that is kind of transformed our kind of attacking play in that sense, and had our goals against since Steph Catley has been incredible. And
would you say she's now a centre half, Steph Catley? She ain't going to be playing at left back.
Yeah, I think again, on the negative side, I think we had seen that not lost a step necessarily, maybe half a step, but or whether it was just that the wingers have found her out, but her experience and a reading of the game, maybe it's just she suits that. But yeah, I would say she's a centre back now, and who can play left back if needed. But yeah, she's a centre back.
I think the one thing we need to be careful of as well is we've been in a situation before where we've been strapped for centre backs.
Yes.
And it just takes a couple knocks, and then suddenly you're looking at your youth academy going, who the fuck can I play on Sunday? Because they've not had a lot of minutes or they've not been in amongst the first team. I think we do need to get rid of at least one centre back, but I also think we need to be tactical in who we get rid of and if it's a loan or if it is a sale, because I don't want us to go back to the point where we were when we played Wolfsburg in the semi-final at the Emirates, and it was such a strung together team for just the sheer amount of injuries that we had in the squad. We're so used to seeing Jen Beattie on the bench, but it was getting to the point that every week I knew she was in the starting line because there was literally nobody else who could play centre back.
Yeah.
I would be tempted to put Katie Reid on loan and give her the chance to get regular minutes.
Yeah.
I think Lotto I think we've been careful with her because I think in the past 6 to 8 months, she must have had about 2 weeks on 3 separate occasions missed now for concussion as well.
Yeah.
I think she's had some really regular concussion injuries. And I wonder if we're just being careful a little bit too. I know obviously when Renee first took over, she was out with concussion. And then about 2 weeks after that, she got another concussion in training. And I just wonder if we're being slightly careful. I think every team needs 4 top centre-backs, to be honest, or 2 top centre-backs and then 2 who you can play in any game if needed. Because the likelihood of not getting centre-back injured in them positions is just so rare. We've obviously got Leah Williamson, who's done an ACL, and you never know if there's going to be flares up with that. Steph Catley is getting on in age without sounding too harsh. Like, I think she's doing fantastically. She is my starting centre back, but I think she's 32 around that now.
I think the thing is she can be replaced as well. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah,
but not irreplaceable. That's a song, isn't it? Not Rihanna, is it, or something like that? Though. But I think there is players like centre halves out there that could replace her. Personally, I wouldn't sell Lotta myself. I think she's good cover. Like you said, Jack,
I think her passion and stuff as well is irreplaceable. Like, I think she truly gets what it means to play for the Arsenal. Yeah. And she's still quite young for a centre-back. Like, she's got a fair bit of improving to come.
Yeah, I think Illustrate, if there's like what Mel said, no thing to say that she can't be sold, I think you could see her go in the summer. Maybe Kadina, because she might want to play regular. But then, like you say, Katie Reid gets some. I wouldn't mind seeing Katie Reid get a loan move to someone like Crystal Palace. I know they're at the bottom and probably get relegated, but they're still getting regular game time. Do you know what I mean? So
I don't think even a championship team would be the worst for her, because the actual quality in the championship has seriously increased this season. I mean, the title race at the top is between 4 or 5 teams. Like, it's becoming quite an intense league where most teams in it are full-time professionals as well. So it's.
What I would like though, and I don't like comparing them because I don't like either of the teams, but what United and Tottenham done with Clinton, I would like to see Arsenal do not sending someone to Tottenham, but send one of the youngsters to a team a bit higher up the league and see if they can. Because you think, because of her loan move at Tottenham, that's why she's playing week in, week out for Man United now, let's be honest. Yeah.
Actually, just for fun, could we sign Grace Clinton at this January?
No, we've got to wait. We take all. Oh, yeah, her contract's up in the summer as well. We'll take her for free. Oh,
that'd be hilarious.
That'd be the new song to Man United. We take your bests for free. So yeah. Do we have any comments, Mel? Because I realise we haven't gone to them.
We have a couple. Happy New Years. Darren says Renee was like the normal starting 11. However, despite what Andrew said, Bristol are shit. Then I prefer to see the youngsters start and bring on the experienced players should it all go wrong. Tell us how you really feel, Dad. Tell us how you really feel. What is it? Leah has said she doesn't think Beth will go. Obviously, after Viv going, but she thinks Arsenal has Beth's heart and she's got the Lioness girls with her, and with Renee they can make it work. I agree. I feel like we're starting to see a different side of Beth now that Renee's in charge, and I don't think she's that bothered that her role's changed. She doesn't come across as somebody that's pissed off that she's now a tactical sub. But I could be reading that wrong.
But I think that Beth's probably only got, I don't know if you agree, but she probably got one big contract left.
Yeah.
I've got something controversial here, George. I'm just
go on.
Andrew
you need subscribers. Go on, hit it.
Andrew wanted me to come in with a nice, big, unrealistic name. So what I would do in either January, I'd probably do it in the summer. I would sell Beth and use Beth's wages to bring in a certain midfielder from Barcelona who has expressed her frustration with the Spanish league and her desire to play in the WSL in Bon Mati.
Oh my God!
She's
Stop it.
making some very loud noises about wanting a transfer, and it would terrify me for her to be at any other club in England other than us. But there's been a number of interviews now where she said how the Spanish league isn't progressing. They've not taken on after the World Cup. Their attendances are low, and I can't remember who it was who asked her, but one of the journalists after the Champions League game said, would you be interested in moving to the WSL? And she did say, yes, that's a league I would like to play in.
I'm not being funny, but as a player of her standard, it must get fucking boring winning everything all the time. I mean, like you want
to as well.
Yeah, you want to go out and you want to like have a bit of fight in a game. You don't want to go out and be pumping folks 7-8-0 every week. I'd get bored. I'm center back person.
Then Cadena, did she come from Barca?
Yeah. She did, yeah.
And so she would have Cadena and Cadente there.
I mean, I'd keep Cadena I would sell Lotte and keep Cadena as our centre back if it meant bringing in Bon Mati.
Controversial.
And having two people there for her to settle.
Sell them both and give us Naomi Girma. That's my controversial take.
So to be fair, I can top that. I'd sell them both and bring in Mel McDonald. But there you go. I mean,
you could pay me $5 and I'd be there.
don't tell them that too loud.
So far, that's 11 players out, 11 in.
Yeah, basically.
And we've already got.
I've just looked at Darren's comment, and absolutely not Darren. She cannot be Chelsea bound. She's too good, too classy for Chelsea. That's the time. It can't happen. The league has to come together to stop it happening. I don't know.
Combine our forces.
If we can do Chelsea men with financial fair play, we can include the women in it as well.
Bring the women down with the men.
Transfer ban. Let's have it.
There's another couple of comments as well. Scott said that we can beat Chelsea, but we also probably need to win all other 11 games, and that's a tall order.
Yeah,
it is. But we're feeling optimistic. It's 2025. We're new people. Cannon has also said, if there's any remote chance we get Trinity Rodman, please. I think she'll be the one player that takes us up another notch. I can't say the same about Keegan.
Wow. Yeah, we have to be optimistic. It's a new year resolution.
We are only 6 days into the new year, so this could all go drastically wrong very quickly.
Yeah. But we'll try and be as I don't know. We might not be positive on Monday, so let's just wait. It might be a very hard game against Bristol, and then we've got Crystal Palace, haven't we? So
even if it's a hard game, though, if we scrape through, I'll be happy.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
Sometimes in these cup competitions, let's just get through them into the next round. Even if we save our best performances for the semi-finals and the final, I'm just desperate for us to have that day out at a sold-out Wembley.
Yeah,
like I think Arsenal as a club deserve it. We sell out the Emirates so regularly. We deserve that big moment at Wembley.
I think what a big thing for Renee is as well is how we come back after this Christmas period, because it's been quite highly known that we normally struggle, don't we? Sometimes after that, so that could be the final hurdle that she needs to face, maybe.
I'll tell you what, George, if we lose on Sunday, we can bring up some theories on pigs and blankets and reasons why we seem to come out sluggish after Christmas.
It's got to be Renee out if we lose, isn't it?
She's not even in yet.
Yeah, I mean, she's not in yet, but
her standing in the doorway.
Bring back Montenegro.
Don't even mention that man's name.
I was about to say, talk about a man though who can fail upwards. He seems to be managing to do it every time.
Yeah,
there's always one.
Yeah. Well, I think we'll wrap it up there. We've kind of covered it all. So, just want to say thanks for watching and welcome back to the first show of the year. Just want to say thank you to my guest, Paul. Thank you, mate. Are you at the game on Sunday?
Yep, I'll be there Sunday. Yep.
I'll see. I'm actually at the game. You can have my autograph as well if you want. So
Oh, excellent. I'll bring a sign.
put it in braille for you. Jack. Thanks for coming on, mate, and I hope to see you soon.
Yeah, hopefully soon. Either Chelsea or definitely Tottenham away. I will, or Tottenham at home. Sorry, I will be there.
So I'm dropping an F-bomb. I ain't doing that fucking shithole again this season.
Except last game of
I'm-
the season for the relegation party, George. Let's not forget.
maybe. But then I'm torn because I'm watching Leslie Russo score a hat trick to win us the title against Man United at the Emirates. So, I won't be. I'm actually not at Chelsea, so I'm instead throwing myself on the floor, getting smashed by blind people throwing goal balls in Winchester.
So you need to be really careful how you word that sentence.
Yeah, I
I
know.
wondered where we were going there.
I did as well.
Well, you've got the bleep right.
That's why I've done it. So keep you on tenterhooks. So yeah, I won't be at Chelsea. Mel, thank you as always.
No problem at all. Sadly, I don't think I'm going to be down anytime soon. I think this Champions League game, whatever day they decide it's going to be, is probably going to be my next appearance, unless someone somewhere loves me enough that we get a game moved to a Saturday.
Are you not doing Tottenham?
No, I've got a game every weekend until May now.
Oh, Mel.
The joys of progressing in the Scottish Cup, I know.
Yeah. Cool.
You win some, you lose some.
Andrew, hope to see you soon. Probably be Spurs, I think.
No, this Sunday. No.
Oh,
Sunday.
bloody! You're actually going to
Meadow Park. Yeah.
Oh my god! Do you know what? That deserves a song on Sunday.
Just have to warn everyone that the toilets in Meadow Park.
That's bigger than any transfer this window. Andrew is going to Meadow Park.
I do have the fear, however, that both the women's toilets at Meadow Park this weekend and the Glass House are going to be a very popular fan hotspot, as apparently that's where the players had their night out. They had their Christmas night out in the Glass House at Meadow Park. So, yeah, mind the queues. You're not getting people aren't queuing for a pint; they're queuing for a selfie. So, be aware.
That's just for me, Mel. I tell you.
Adam's asking if Andrew knows the way to Meadow Park or if he needs somebody to guide him, like we guide
How
George.
rude! This is not
Just
my
follow
first
me,
rodeo.
Follow me. I will tell you a funny story before we finish. When I was coming back from the awards, I was struggling to find my ticket on the train, so I found it. What the BBC had sent me, and the train guard was like, "Oh, can you find it?" I went, "Yeah, I'm just looking." He went, "Oh, can you hurry up because I've got to move along." I went, "Do you know who I am?" And he was like, "Should I?" I went, "Yes, you should." I was on Sports Personality of the Year last night. He went, "Oh, I'm really, really sorry." He went, "But I didn't see it last night." I went, "Oh." So I did drop the infamous, "You know who I am." So I am going to. That is my new thing. And Lewis has said that I should be known as, when anyone says hello to me, so hello, Sports Personality, Unsung Hero of the Year. England, George.
Yeah, so if anybody speaks to George on Sunday and he ignores you, it's not George that's ignoring you, it's his new security team telling you to stay back because he needs space.
And I can't remember what the game was that I went to. There was a game. Oh no, what was the away game? Liverpool. And a couple of people in the crowd did sing "He's Won More Than You," George Sullivan, to Liverpool. Which I appreciated that.
That's a good one.
Yeah. So yeah. On that note, I'm gonna go and not clash heads and give away penalties because my name's not Anthony Taylor. So good night, everyone. All take care. Keep safe. Happy New Year, and we'll see you next week. Come on, you gunners.
Cheers all.